Hello, I'm WBZ TV meteorologist Barry Burbank. I have your forecast for the next several days. Let's start out with today's nor'easter and its potential impacts. There could be some localized flooding, mainly street flooding and ponding and puddles on the roads, which may cause some problems where there's poor drainage, especially and where there are clogged catch basins with some of the leaves that are coming down. So we'll be dealing with that as we get deeper into the day as the wind continues to blow and bring more of those leaves down. And that wind is going to get strong enough to cause some scattered damage, perhaps, and some power outages can't be ruled out either. The wind will be strongest near the coast. We'll take a look at that momentarily. In the meantime, coastal flooding is going to be happening this afternoon, but mostly of a minor nature. There could be a few isolated pockets of moderate coastal flooding. The tides running up to 12, 13 feet or so this afternoon. As far as snow accumulation, that'll be reserved to the northern mountains, where it'll be accumulating a few inches over those higher elevated spots. Your high temperatures today will be happening in Boston late this afternoon when it gets to the lower 50s. It actually could go up a little bit more in Boston during the evening hours as it coasts up towards the upper 50s to near 60 on Cape Cod. The 40s will be confined to central Massachusetts, north and west, and some of the mountainous areas won't get out of the 30s today. Across the rest of the nation, it's looking very nice on this October 27th. In the Plain States, some 70s and low 80s there. And in Los Angeles for the game tonight, looks like around 75 to 77 at first pitch out at Dodger Stadium. And there won't be much wind out there, and the weather should be just fine. For us, here's the nor'easter coming up the coast. Actually going to probably try to split up into two centers as rain crosses the region all day long. It'll be varying in intensity. And there's some of the snow which will be falling up in the mountains this afternoon, mixing with some sleet. As we get into the evening hours, the rain will become more showery in nature and become more spotty, but certainly will be intermittent much of the night as the real heavy rain goes to the north. So we start out tomorrow morning with a little bit of rain or a little bit of drizzle in spots, especially north and west of Boston. It looks like it'll be warm enough so it's not going to be any icing going on. At the same time, the wind's going to be starting to come in from the southwest tomorrow, and it's warm enough to loft to support temperatures which may approach or exceed 60 if the sun comes out in any appreciable form right here in extreme eastern Massachusetts down toward the Cape. So we'll hope for that to happen. Overall, it's going to be kind of a gloomy day, especially in central and western New England, where the clouds won't be breaking up too much there. Then more rain is coming in on Monday. As far as snow this weekend, that's mainly today and into tonight across far northern New England, where a few inches could accumulate in those highest elevations. The wind is going to be blowing all day long. At times it's going to get stronger, and we'll probably have the strongest winds in Boston by about 2 o'clock this afternoon to about 8 or 9 o'clock this evening. That core of strongest winds will be rotating to the north as the wind drops off a little bit to the south. We'll have gusts of 60 along the coast. That's where a high wind warning is issued now. And a wind advisory farther inland where it won't be quite as strong, but enough to do some damage, and enough where we have wet soils and we have the wind blowing the foliated trees. There's a chance of a few of these weaker trees to be coming down under these conditions during the day. So watch the stronger winds go to the north and a core of very light winds along the frontal boundary to head up toward Boston tonight. And then we get into that rather strong, gusty southwest wind over the Cape. That's where the warm air, relatively warm, is going to be coming up there. So that's what we have for the wind. And the jet stream is going to be changing over the next few days. After we get rid of this storm, looks like on Monday we have a weaker storm to deal with. That'll move on out. And then the jet stream develops this configuration, and that's going to allow the warm air to come on up here and make it rather mild. In fact, it may go into the low middle 60s on Halloween. By the time we get to trick-or-treat time, it may be back down in the mid and upper 50s. Kind of spooky for sure, mild, a risk of a shower. And then after that, we may have one day of really warm weather. It's too early to be confident about this, but maybe along about Thursday we could go to 70. A really warm day with some late day showers and storms, and then fall off a cliff. It gets really chilly with some rain back on Friday. So that's your forecast. A stormy day today, quieting down tonight and tomorrow, and then a bit of rain on Monday. That's your forecast for the next 7 days. Have a nice rest of the day.